hear me well? Turn it towards me this way, better? Okay, and I'll try to get closer to it. And I'm Ron Howell, by the way, buddy of Ed Rhodes, Jr. I used to call him Urge. He liked that, ERJ, or URGE, your preference. Back in the mid-late 1960s, Ed and I were part of a band of brothers. We were in our mid to late teens. We were looking for mental and physical protection in an age when our generation was being challenged in unique ways. It was in those very years of the 1960s, the late 1960s, that Ed began bonding also with a mode of communication that became his creed, jazz. And it's God, John Coltrane. Coltrane was anointed as God by American jazz scholars. And notable among those scholars were Ed Rhodes, Basiir M. Chow, and Wayne Moreland, who I think are both here. Yes. We're here till the end. For Ed and me, 1970 was a turning point. Coltrane had died an early death. Our commitments to the Black Revolution were raising eyebrows in our families. But we found ways to make peace with our parents and their cohorts. In 1971, I married Marilyn Henry, now Marilyn Henry Howell, she identifies, who grew up on Carroll Street in Brooklyn, across the street, right across from the Rhodes family, right across from the Rhodes family. And Ed was one of my groomsmen back then, 71. And this past week, Marilyn and I found a photo of Ed and me and my other groomsmen. We were stunned, just amazed that we were able to do that. And I thank Marilyn so much for it. Ed was as skinny as all get out. And he proudly offered to the lens in any eyes that chose to look. His puffed up, zooming to the sky. I call it male Angela Davis afro. And he seemed to be all but punching a black power fist into the sky, although he wasn't punching. I should add, by the way, that another of my groomsmen was the late Clyde Murphy, close friend, who bonded with Ed and who, in a sign of his just unity with Ed that was so clear back then, he and his wife, Monica, who is here today, named their daughter Naima, after one of John Coltrane's earliest and most notable pieces. And in fact, Monica just came up to be here. She came up from New Orleans, where she was spending time with Naima. Ed would love that. Ed would love that. You know. Last week, Marilyn and I, of course, as everyone here was doing, thought much about Eddie, our Eddie. Marilyn shared with friends and family a memory. She and Ed attended junior high school 61 together. It was in Crown Heights, and still is there. I happened to have walked by it yesterday. I had a website called Brooklyn Ron. Brooklyn is in me, and it'll be there. And I tell people to bury me just at the foot of the Brooklyn Bridge. And my connection to Ed is Brooklyn. But that time at that junior high school was about 1960, 1961. Marilyn recalled how she had slipped and fell down some stairs. All the way down some stairs, right there at the school. and guys around her were laughing their heads off. But Marilyn recalled, and I'm quoting her here, Ed was standing with those no good, I can't say the word. No, it's not a good word to say. Now, and Marilyn is not, really one to be using. I hadn't heard her use that word in a lot, but over that reason, but you get the idea. Ed was standing with those no good, but Eddie shut them up and walked down and lifted me. Marilyn's been telling everyone that story actually over the past year as she reflects on Ed. She calls Ed a gentleman and a scholar. Ed, you're our brother from another mother. Once a standout disco dancer, yes, he was, and that was referred to. Ed, you became a standout example of Black fatherhood. Lucky Nia and Asha. You became a devoted and obedient spouse to Joanne, your lover and your boss. Lastly, I want to say that, Ed, you were a standout Comus Club member. And your Comus Club president, Richard Flatteau, has been in touch with me continually over the past year. And I tell him, please, not to reach out to a lawyer and sue me if I start going around and telling people I'm a member of the Comus Club. But that may start happening. He has been in touch with me continually over the past year, and especially in the past week after your death. I'll note as I end here that this past week, Richard was by the bedside of your fellow Comus Club brother, Eddie, Ozzie Fletcher, as he lay dying. Ozzie meant so much to me and to you, and also lived on Carroll Street, I'll say. You talk about Carroll Street. The thing about Ozzie was that he had recently passed his 100th birthday. 100th birthday. We all, a band of brothers and sisters, all say today, be at peace, Eddie, till we meet again.